I mean, the headline should have to do with Maryland, but I've been talking about Maryland for about 2 months now about how for real they are and where their standing is amongst not only just the Big Ten but nationally. I mean, this is to me a bona fide top 10 team. This is a team that I think is probably going to end up on maybe the 3-4 line that looks like a 2 seed, and that's not a good recipe for a lot of the teams that have to go against them, whether it's in the round of 32, Sweet 16, Elite 8. Like this is a team that can make a run because there's not a ton of holes there, and we can start with this game here and dive into it. But on the Illinois side, and then I'll kind of tie it back to Maryland. Illinois, and we went on 24 hours ago, and I think that's pretty emblematic. They've just become really tough to forecast. I was, talking with somebody today that, let me know that against high major teams this year, Illinois average margin of victory 15 points, average margin of defeat 15 points. That's almost impossible. That's it's really hard to wrap your head around. And what we saw against Michigan and Purdue and Iowa was this, was very free-flowing offensively. They were getting what they wanted. And I thought early on in this game, Maryland just kind of shut their water off and switched a lot of their off-ball movement and five-out stuff and made it really difficult, turned them over early. And then on the flip side, defensively, I mean, this is where Maryland hurts you so much because, they have the size, they have the shooting, they have the IQ, they have the toughness, they check all the boxes. And early in this game, Illinois busts a switch on Gillespie for a layup. Illinois busts a switch on a Derek Queen slip. Illinois closes out short to Rodney Rice, and he hits a three. Illinois goes under a Rodney Rice ball screen, and he hits a three. And at that point, like when you give Maryland the ability to play with the wind at their back, they're as good as anybody. They're as good as anybody. And that's what we saw today. That's why this game got so out of hand. So I've just, as the months, as the weeks, whatever you want to call it, as those have gone on, I've just start to buy more and more into this Maryland team and their ceiling because it's for real.
The Crab Five?
No, Crab Five. Yeah, I mean the Crab Five is here and here to stay.
All right. I also have I'm with you. I think that they are really, really good. I also have some unfortunate news that I need to share.
Damn it.
I am out on Illinois. I'm out. I never bought back in. I'm erasing that video from last night off the internet. I'm out. I'm back out. I'm back
Mike,
out in Illinois.
Mike,
I'm back out.
Would you like to try to convince me again tonight why I should buy Illinois, or do you want to take a night off?
There's volatile stocks. There's volatile investments that you can make. I mean, I said you can look at the average margin of defeat against high major teams of 15 points, or you can choose to look at the average margin of victory, which is also 15 points. So I think that's just, I mean, when you're filling out a bracket for Illinois, I mean, it's keep that in mind because you're either going to have them go into the second weekend or probably having them losing early, and they have the talent. It's just when they run into teams like this, you saw it with Duke, you saw it with Maryland, teams that have that size and versatility that can kind of neutralize some of their bigger wings and bigger players. It becomes a little bit more difficult, and then things slip. I think defensively because they out rebounded Maryland for the majority of this game. It's just they couldn't get the stops that they needed, and I thought Maryland was playing pretty carefree and confidently the whole game.
Yeah, I agree. Goodman. You're not gonna take your victory lap now in Illinois? You're not gonna rub it in our faces? You have a couple of Illini here.
I did. No, I would rather move on. I would rather move on and ask Mike before we let him go here in a few.